Man, I know I'm gonna get got, but I'm gonna get mine more than I get got, though.
2-4 for the one time. I'ma get got, but I bet I gets mine. 2-4 to 2-6, and if I get got, then you know what I'ma get.
What up, beautiful people? This is the Get Got podcast presented by PrizePicks. Let's get it. This next segment is brought to you by PrizePicks, where you can win real cash by just picking more or less on your favorite players. Let's talk some Super Bowl running backs. Philadelphia Eagles got one. Over 2,000 yards, Saquon Barkley from the greatest university of all universities. Beast mode. You think Saquon is going to get more or less than 112.5 rushing yards? More. So you don't think Kansas City Chiefs, Chris Jones, and those guys, they going to be loading up the box?
I think they is.
But he's still going to do it.
I think they're still going to do it.
I like it too, man. I think Saquon.
I think they're still going to do it.
I think for the
You
Eagles.
know what? I've been hella disrespectful this whole time, bro. Look, that Ross me on my soul. But that offensive line.
Money, you don't even remember. Their right guard, Mekhi Becton, was with you at camp up here one time. And him and Morgan Moses got together when he was in high school. I brought him to camp. And Morgan's taught him some stuff when we were at camp, when we did the camp here in Richmond, Virginia, bro.
Well,
never realized.
Got taught. That is, man, hey, Mike, them be eating.
They got the best O-line in all of football right now. Let's flip the other side. Kansas City Chiefs. Kareem Hunt, man. You think he get more or less than 45 and a half rushing yards?
He get more.
Yeah, I think he gets more too.
He get more.
I think
for sure get more.
He run hard.
Run hard, yeah.
He run hard, bro.
And he be out there butt naked, nothing on the arms, no nothing. He just so you know that, you feel me? That real African, you feel what I'm talking about? He gonna get down with he'll take it. What's that they call it? What 3 yards in a cloud of dust? And he gonna take a couple with him.
He the closest.
He might get all of that and yeah.
He the closest one that I've seen to you in nickel 19 and nickel 18. You know what play I'm talking about.
Get on that spot and get your ass downhill right now.
I don't need no fullback. I don't need nothing. I just need to go. The closest one that reminds me of you. Thank you to our good friends at PrizePicks, America's #1 daily fantasy sports app. The Get Got podcast is sponsored by PrizePicks, America's #1 daily fantasy sports app with over 10 million active members. The big game is almost here, and it's now or never to get it in on all the fun at PrizePicks.
PrizePicks is also giving away a free pick for the big game, where one of the starting quarterbacks will only need to throw 1 yard to win. If you're correct at least one more stat projection, you can win real cash.
I am all in on Patrick Mahomes throwing more than 200 passing yards, and I'm also all in on Mahomes throwing more than 2 touchdowns. That man has been unstoppable in the playoffs. Check out the promos tab to tell any of our super sweet Millie winners big game lineups. If you tell a lineup that goes 3 for 3, you can win a split of $1 million in promo funds.
When your picks hit, you can get your money in as quick as 15 minutes. Download the PrizePick app today and use code GETGOT and get 50 instantly when you play $5.
That's code GETGOT on PrizePicks to get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. PrizePicks, run your game. I ain't gonna even lie to you, money. I was watching the Pete Carroll press conference and I heard the Raider, and I'm like, who the hell would interrupt Pete like that in a press conference. Then I talked to you later on in the day, and you like, did you hear me, bro? Talk to me,
That
bro.
is not what happened.
What
You
happened?
be,
Tell me what
boy,
happened.
you is a
Is,
storyteller, my
is
boy.
that not what happened? Did you not
That
talk
is
to me
not what
afterwards?
happened.
Then what
Man, but
happened?
hold on, man. Before we go there, man, man, I've been getting calls about this with Golden.
About the interview with Golden?
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess he said some that wasn't feeling. That had he been there, we would have had 2 Super Bowls.
Oh.
Oh.
I can almost assume where some of this
Well,
smoke coming from. You know what I'm saying?
well, look, man. Meanwhile, back at the ranch. So what happened with Pete? Yeah, I mean, with Grandpa Pete, I went to go holler at my dog, man, and it wasn't no interrupted. He was already done when I yelled that out. I know how they chopped and screwed it, but it
I'm
is
about
what
to
it
say.
is. You know, they got. I know it didn't look like it, but they got movie magic. They movie magic that mother. Blood was already done talking that by the time I yelled that, cuz. You feel me?
I don't know, bro. On TV, it looked like he was
I
in the
know
middle
what
of
it
a
looked.
It looked
I
like
know
he
what it
was in the
looked
middle of
like
a
on
sentence.
TV. I know what it looked like on TV, but I'm telling you what Hannah, Blood
Yeah.
was already done. You feel me?
How was your initial? Because I talked to Pete throughout the year when I would head up to Washington. His son, Brennan, he is the office coordinator for University of Washington.
Yeah.
So I got a chance to chop it up with him. I didn't get a chance to see him. We just talk on the phone, this, that, and the third. How was his energy, man? Because I know Pete as being this dude that will not sit down in a football building at practice. He's always throwing a football. He got on his Air Pete's with the thick ass shoes. You know what I'm saying?
Hella
How's his
bubble
energy?
gum. Oh, he he had that big ass. He had the big ass soles on them
For
shoes,
real? Yeah.
and he had hella gum in his. He got a pocket full of gum, 2 pockets full of gum. I don't know. Is that all you use your pockets for? Is gum, my boy? That's killing me out that gum, but no,
So
his energy. I mean, his energy was solid though. But the thing is, you know, after I had came back, you know what I mean, for that playoff run with them, you feel me? I got to go holler with Blood and you know what I mean, chop game with him. And then when I came back, I realized something. I'm like, hey, dog, you still up and doing the same, bro? Because you know I got weird ass hours of operation. Like I come in the building at 4:30 in the morning or something, go getting the sun on or some crazy shit like that. And Cuz would be coming in at like 5. And remember, he just left probably at like maybe 12, 12:30, yeah, 1 maybe. And when he leaving out, he walking with that same bounce that you see him on the field. Hey, all right, now have a good night. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, we just had a whole day full of work after hours, and then you go home for about 10, 20 minutes and come back and you got the same energy. Hey, what are you, wait, like, you see I'm in here asleep, bro, trying to get some rest. And you come in here waking me up and hell, so I asked dog, I'm like, hey, bro, what you on? I know you take something, bro. Tell me what you, oh man, it's life. And just saying, yeah, let's go. We get to compete. And I'm like, oh yeah, this tweaking, bro. He off some shit. You feel me? But when I just seen him up at the Raider facility, it was the same dude. And breast like 79 or something like that.
yeah, bro.
He still look in the cold part. He walking through the facility. Is there a ball around? Is there a ball around?
He wants to throw the football.
He
You know
want to throw
that.
the damn ball. Come on, go over there one time for. Come on, let me get you one. Like, oh, this man. OG be on some boy, but he, you know what I mean. He back in his element, bro. He back in his element. And I know one thing that will happen is, I mean, with how the Raiders been going for, you know what I mean, for a long time now, I know he'll bring in, if one thing, it will be a coaching.
Yep.
he will come and set down a foundation and a culture. And I'm not just talking about from the players. I'm talking about from the organization, the administrators. You know what I mean? He find a way to get fans rally behind them. You know what I mean? You bring in, you know what I mean, just about any and everybody who got influence to influence that culture. And probably the biggest thing that I heard him say that resonated with me was, when we have Raider games, I want our fans in there. Because when you go in that stadium, it's almost like a game away from home for them. Because it's always filled with the opposing team fans. So, you know what I mean? If he be able to do that and then get, you know what I mean, some real Raiders rocking in that, yeah, don't change, man.
I'm glad you said that though, man, because you know, in recent memory, I'm not used to the Raiders having this type of a coach, because Pete is a culture builder. And I believe Pete has been such a great coach, at least as of late in his career, because he failed earlier in his career. Because he was a head coach, he was coach to the Jets before. He failed. His philosophy didn't work at that particular time. He reinvented himself in college at SC. He was a position coach. He's been a defensive coordinator in this league. He was a defensive coordinator for San Francisco 49ers years ago. He's called defense. He got to Seattle, won a Super Bowl. Like, he's done it all before. There's not going to be any football situations or football business situations that this Raiders organization is going to encounter that Pete Carroll hadn't already mastered or come up against or had success against. So,
Mike, you know what? With you saying that, it just reminds. Do you remember we be at practice and this month, like, oh yeah, we got situational football, and this will make up one of the craziest scenarios.
Oh my goodness! Man.
Oh, we just got sacked. We take them right here, and then we gotta rush these guys out here. We gotta have these guys sitting right here on second standby, and you need this guy right here. And if he can't go, then you got to be here ready to back up. And you
man, we just throw a touchdown in practice. Nope, sack. Fumbled, quick change. Defense got to run on. You're inside the 10. What you gonna do? Like, but how many times have we seen? I'm just talking about in the last 2 years. I'm not gonna even think back long. Last 2 years, have we seen teams mess up situations like that?
But the thing is, what I'm saying is, it happens so often. And my thing is, his attention to detail like that is what I feel that the Raiders have been missing. But I mean, you because like you said, you see this in the league all the time, bro. You see the games being decided by, you feel me though, a decision of something pop up like, oh yeah, and then you hear like, yeah, we haven't seen that, this, that, and the third. This motherfucker done seen it. Like, he got like so Raven vision and looking to the future, like, oh yeah. Because I remember I used to be mad as when we used to have to like, bro, then that shit happened in the very next game, like, nah, I don't know that.
Because he didn't seen it before. He done been there before, bro. My thing is, why did it take Tom Brady having to be in the damn ownership group for something like this to happen? Because that's what it seems like. It seemed like Tom had a lot to do with, you know what I mean, the process of choosing a coach and the type of coach that came in there. And, like I said before, I just think getting a culture builder, not a first-year guy, not a guy that, when he did coach, didn't have any type of success, not one of these young guns that, supposed to be boy wonders and geniuses and all that. No, y'all got a proven commodity. And I say y'all, obviously, you just play for the Raiders, but you got a proven commodity in Pete Carroll. I just hope he gets the quarterback position straight, because obviously you can't do much without that position.
You're right. So. Yeah, but I mean, if there's one thing I know about that old motherfucker, is he got a plan.
Yeah,
that's one thing I know. That's one thing I know. Even if I gotta go butt heads with this, he got a plan. And the cold thing about it is, his plan got a plan.
Yep.
So I seen how
he gonna develop you, bro. Like, he's going to create a culture where a player can come in and say, I don't have to be the finished version. Because, boy, I want no real fullback. Come on,
Mike, I was going to say, when you got there at 10-2, right?
Huh?
You got there at 10-2, right?
Yeah, right after training camp. Yep.
So, look, this what happened, bro. Because I'm thinking about it. I'm like, bro, this went through 272 transactional players.
Yep.
I said, well, know exactly what he's looking for. And then I thought about it like, damn, I was a part of that. A part of that shuffle. Bringing motherfuckers in, sending motherfuckers out, bro. You sit down next to your locker mate like, yeah, what's up, bro?
He gone.
You turn your head to say what's up to it. Like, what's up? Hey, where you going? Man, they just told me bring my plate. But the thing was, we was looking at it from a standpoint like, bro, this scandalous. He bring in to sit down and get a name put up on a locker, and as soon as he put it up, you see EK coming to scrape that off.
Tell the truth, though, Money. Tell the truth. And I'm talking specifically to that 2010 year, and I know we're going off a little bit, but specifically to that 2010 year, I could look around that locker room, and I knew who was going to be there in 2011. I could look around that locker room, and I could say, he probably ain't going to be with the... We had a nucleus of guys that had excuse my language, attitude, that was pissed off about life, that was pissed off about how things have been done to him. And Pete, because he's a psychology major, right? Pete knew exactly how to push those buttons. You know what I'm saying? And remember we used to have, and again, this is probably a whole nother podcast, but remember we had some issues with guys, taking, Adderall and all that type of stuff, whatever.
What?
And I remember
popping Addy Patties?
You know how it was. Years back.
And let me get an Addy Patty.
And
get right one time.
I remember usually Pete stood, the team room in Seattle. Usually Pete stood on the ground and talked to us. But that day he had to talk to us about some issues going on with our team. He stood on the stage. And I remember him telling us, I'm standing on the stage today because I'm management, goddammit. You know what I'm saying? And y'all got some issues y'all got to figure out. And I remember him walking out of the room saying, Mike, y'all got to, come up with, we got to do something.
Yeah, because you was a leader or a captain.
Well, man.
You was really the third floor that we ain't really.
No, I wasn't.
Damn, you've been corporate this whole time.
Don't even start
Put
that
some money in the jar. You got back pay.
Don't you start that damn narrative.
You got back pay. You got corporate back pay.
Whatever. If I ever went up to the second floor, second floor. I ain't go to the third floor. That was more that's the executive lounge. That's where the big money contracts. The third floor is for you. You know what I'm saying? For just Marshawn. Everybody else is in the second floor. Anyway, don't put that narrative out there, bro. Because every time I went up at the coach's office, I either saw you leaving or saw one of your Skittle packs somewhere.
I told you. Boy, I know your stories they efficient. And they fluid. The fluidity in your storytelling, my boy.
All I'm saying is, bro, we want too much different. Okay? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, bro.
If I was up on the second floor, I was probably cussing somebody out. That's it. That's all. I ain't going up there unless it's an issue. My ass.
I don't know.
I can show you.
You chilling Pete office, bro. And that name. These up on the wall right there. They used to sit right there beside him. I'm just saying,
you could draw this office because you got an extra sketch in your mind of how you spend so much time up there.
You done been up there so damn much. You know what I'm saying?
It said, Brick, O'Killer, Mike Rob.
No.
Special teams office up on the second floor.
Now I did stay in Brick and Coach Snyder office all the time, special teams. That's
who O'Killer is.
They're my people.
That's Snyder.
They're my people, cuz. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I know them your people.
My people.
I know. Y'all was share the office together.
Shout out Jeff Ulbrich, bro. He just got back on with Atlanta Falcons. He on Raheem Morris coaching
Is that
staff.
right?
Shout out Jeff. Yeah, bro. You know, he was the interim coach with the Jets. Got handed a terrible deal, but I know he's thankful for the experience of being a head coach, man. Let's move on to a couple of these games, bro. You said a couple weeks ago, Derrick Henry and Saquon should both have 30 carries. No matter what game they playing. NFC Championship game, Saquon had 15 rushes, 118 yards. Philadelphia goes on to blow out the Washington Commanders. The only thing I'll say on this game, money, is I believe Washington was playing with house money, so anything that they did was going to be good enough. I believe this was the game where they kind of said we're done.
That count? Nah, I don't think that counts. You don't go out there just to anything is any. Nah, they want to win.
You don't consciously go out there like I'll make this equation. Remember when after Beastquake the next week we played Chicago? We thought we was gonna win, but did we know we was gonna win?
Mike, what I did, only thing I remember about that goddamn game in Chicago is I think
cold.
everybody had a goddamn concussion from that goddamn, what they call it, tundra.
It was cold.
It was cold.
It was so cold, bro. It was
cold.
So cold.
Polar bears, that shit was freak, bro. It was so cold you couldn't think. I don't think none of us cared about that game.
Well, that's what you see what I'm saying. You act like it won't cold in Philly.
No, that's different, bro. That's different.
It won't cold in Philly this past week, bro.
Nah, not that kind of cold.
With a rookie quarterback, nobody expected him to do anything.
Bro, that shit was negative like 30.
No, it was cold. No, I ain't gonna lie.
That shit was like negative 30, bro.
I broke my ribs in that game. JP, I caught a flat route cutting back, dog. He caught me. It was a wrap. I knew I was
like, it was like probably 4 or 5 of our players got concussions from hitting that ground, bro. It was like we was playing on cement, bro.
But you proving my point.
Nah,
we didn't
different.
know. We come on, bro.
We ain't had Instagram then.
I'm telling you, bro. I don't think we didn't feel like we was gonna win that one, but I feel like that's how Washington was, and I thought Dan Quinn, great job this year by Dan, but I thought early in the game he showed his hand. Very first drive of the game, I think it was an 18 or something close to an 18 play drive. It was a long drive. You went for it twice or 3 times or twice on 4th down. The 3rd time 4th down came up. Now you're closer to the goal line. You decide to take the 3. And I thought that moment he could have injected some confidence into his team by going for it again.
Yeah.
But he didn't, and Philly came away with the win, big dog. When you say money, pay the backs.
Pay the backs, man.
Pay the backs. So
take care of the running back.
Saquon had 118. First of all, I'm glad we talking right now because the power of the running back, bro. Well, we talk about free agents. Derrick Henry was in Baltimore. Saquon with Philly.
Josh Jacobs.
Josh Jacobs in Green Bay. Just
went to Minnesota.
Aaron Jones again. Premier backs, right? Damn, dog, you almost forgot. You made me forget what the hell I was gonna say.
Man, it's a lot of my out there.
I got you. To see Philly's offense last year, I think they was ranked 7th in scoring or whatever last year. But to see them this year, and I think the defense is a big reason why they're so much better. When you got a running back, it puts everybody into their roles, bro. The defense know they got to go out there and stop the run because they're gonna be off the field and be able to get a break. The wide receiver on the outside, he may be upset, but he don't say too much. Because everybody respect the running back.
So earlier, remember they was talking about the Eagles, the Eagle receivers was chirping like, man, and then they was saying some shit about the quarterback. And I ain't heard none of that. All I've been hearing is I've seen some ladies was spelling the Eagles E-L-E-G-A. That's all I've been hearing. I ain't been hearing nothing about no quarterback. I ain't hearing nothing about no receivers. I ain't been hearing nothing about none of that besides let's go Birds. Or
Saquon,
caw, or whatever the they've been saying.
bruh, if he have a bad day, like 30, 40 yards, he gonna still end the game with the all-time leading as far as rushing in regular season and
Postseason.
and playoffs, bro. I mean, he's having an unbelievable run. Then you look at the other game, Kansas City beat up on my Bills Mafia. God, bro, I'm a little upset about this, bro. I'm a little upset about this. You can't get past Patrick Mahomes, dog, and Andy Reid, cuz.
Was you? Let me ask you this though. I get it, but was you betting against the homie?
I wasn't betting because I don't bet, but
I'm just saying,
I
my
was
boy.
really, I was really thinking that this was Josh Allen's year, bro.
Hey man, let me tell you this, man. It's a few things you don't with. Who smoke cigars? Because you know the stigma behind that. That's the mafioso. But when you that smoke regular plastic tip black and miles like this Patrick Mahomes daddy, that is a real man. You know what I'm saying? I did some with my bro. I bounced out the car. I sparked my black. He pulled up, jumped out of Uber like this though. It was a what's the name? Uber Prius too. And jumped out the back of the Uber Prius like this, like yeah, what's happening? And then pulled his black out and sparked it. I said, "Oh, we about to have a great show."
Oh my
What's
goodness,
up,
no, he didn't.
But man, man, he getting ism from a who smoke blacks. You know what I'm talking about? You can't bet against no like that, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, bro, you simple, bro.
He really got. I bet you he really got an ass whooping before though. You feel me? He probably one of the last individuals in the league who really got a belt to ass type situation.
Yeah.
But man, you can't bet against no who you feel me though got the lungs of you feel me. This is built different on the inside. They have regular black smoke too, and he didn't freak that. He just hit that mother.
He just hit it straight out the package, bro.
I said, "Oh, this is a gangster and a half. What's happening? We on one. I'm over here with Patrick Senior, the big homie. You feel me?
The big homie.
The big homie, not the little one, but the big one." I said, "Oh, this is a gangster, isn't it? Oh yeah, what's up with you, my boy?"
I tell you one thing, though, bro. Patrick, I'll say all this. I'll say about them, man. He's the epitome of what I want my quarterback to be. Right? I don't need you to always be great when we're the better team because the run game will take care of that, the defense will take care of that, whatever the case may be. But when we're outmatched, i.e. AFC Championship last year against the Baltimore Ravens, i.e. the AFC Championship this year against the Buffalo Bills, i.e. Super Bowl against Philly 3 years ago. When you're outmatched, that's when I need the guy to be the guy. And I can't think of a time other than maybe when Tom Brady beat him in the Super Bowl, that one loss he had in 2019.
Wasn't he a rookie then or something like that?
Second year, third, something like that. He was young, though.
The nuts was still, you feel me, still in his stomach. Wet behind the ears.
I can't think of a time where he didn't pull it off, bro. So Patrick Mahomes, the guy, that's the guy I would always want to lead my team. So you picking Kansas City in the Super Bowl?
Look, I told you, bro. It's for my own selfish reasons, bro. You feel me? Like, I told you I was rocking with, I wanted to see, Baltimore do their Dougie, you know what I mean? Because I got the home team over there, and you feel me, though, L with tough.
Yeah.
But I want to see a three-peat in real life. I want to see that.
Greatness. Some greatness.
I want to see that. I want to see that. I want to see what that look like. I want to see like the excitement and to hear, what them is talking about on some like, we did this 3 times. Now, I'm not sure how many of the players is still there to all have experienced it, but you know what I mean, the homie, I really want to hear what the daddy got to say.
Well, the core of that team is there. I ain't gonna lie to you,
Okay.
bro. I don't think they win Super Bowls without Chris Jones. So I think really
Oh, that player, yeah, for sure.
he's
For
the
sure.
quarterback of the defense. He's the other big salary. He's the
For
other guy.
sure.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So definitely. I don't know if I'm ready to make a pick yet. I do think this is round 2 of the best roster in football, or one of the better rosters in football. Talking about the Philadelphia Eagles going up against the best quarterback in football, and oftentimes, even just like in round 1 when they played 3 years ago, I chose the team. I thought the Philadelphia Eagles, the better roster, would win, but like you said, man, I can't bet against a dude who daddy smoke a good thing of blacks. So yeah, my
And
homie.
and I bonded with that. Like, damn, blood. Like, I said, man, what I asked that OG too, I said, damn, you been giving this ism his whole life? That's my son. I said, yeah, yeah.
See, that's
Hell
what you
yeah.
want. That's what you gonna realize one day when you decide to, go ahead,
Go bust some nuts and some hoes.
spread that seed, man. You know what I'm saying?
When
Retain it, though, bro.
when I go run, Mike, I
Retain
ain't
it.
saving nuts, Mike. I
Retain
ain't
it.
no
It
squirrel.
revitalizes the body, man.
I
Practice
am
the
not a
pitching.
squirrel, Mike.
Hey, get got us. Tom Cable up next. Playoff performance, staying fresh and confident with Dove. Postseason freshness is sponsored by Dove Men Plus Care, where you can tackle whole body odor with Dove Men whole body deodorant. Money Lynch was going down. Favorite opponents to play in the playoffs?
My favorite opponent?
Yeah, like who you like to play? I'll go first. Mine was the San Francisco 49ers, because I didn't go to the playoffs when I was with the Niners. So we ain't play no damn body. But when I got to Seattle, we went to the playoffs a couple of times, and obviously to play the Niners, to beat the Niners, to go to the Super Bowl, that was dope. Green Bay is your favorite opponent? Why Green Bay?
Because we beat the and then won the Super Bowl.
Okay. What Beast Mode said, I thought he was going to say something like, oh, an historic franchise, Vince Lombardi coached there, all of that. No, it's because they walked the dogs on him on the way to a Lombardi. Stay fresh, my friend.
Because I like the A-Rod, I was beating his ass. Mike, you know what I wish we had back when we was playing, blood?
No, tell me more, money.
Some of this shit right here. After the game, after you out there doing your thing, bro, you get a little bit musty, so... You know what I mean? I would have loved to just, because it's convenient, you feel me?
Yeah. Money, you did smell a little bit like some ass back then. Now you got Dove Men Plus Care, whole body deal for when we do the podcast. You smelling fresh.
So look, man, I ain't gonna hold you though, man. This helped with me, you know what I mean, when I got a little bit of sweaty armpits, you feel me though? And then I could take it there if I need to go there, or I could spray that thing anywhere, you feel me?
I no longer have to worry about sweating and smelling as I watch my guy Josh Allen. We call him the bazooka. Bills Mafia stand all the way up, run the ball. I'm feeling good in my Dove whole body deal.
This long lasting 72-hour odor protection, and the spray goes on instantly dry. Whether it's your pits, your privates, your stinking ass feet, it got you. Discover whole body freshness and care with Dove Men's Plus Care whole body deal. Get it everywhere care, even down there. Find it at Walmart today.
What time is it? Game time. NFL playoffs have been epic, aside from my Bills Mafia losing a heartbreaker.
But if you a Philly or a KC fan, there's a better place to get tickets for the big game than Game Time. Game Time has special features, Game Time picks that makes getting tickets for your favorite live events even easier.
Game Time Picks filters out the fluff to show you only incredible deals on great seats, so you don't have to waste time searching through thousands of tickets. We're just looking through the Game Time app, browsing some seats on Game Time, and wow, there's some great deals. Also, some great seat options for the Super Bowl.
Save time with Game Time Picks as it selects deals for you without having to waste time on any digging around.
Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Just download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code GETGOT for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply, of course.
Again, create an account, and redeem code GetGot for $20 off.
Download Gametime today. Remember what time did I say it was? It's game time, baby. Very special guest to the Get Got pod today. Get Gotters out there listening. One of our O-line coach in Seattle. Assistant head coach. Got to give him his flowers and his love and his titles and all of that. He was in Seattle from 2011 to 2017. We won a Super Bowl with this guy right here. And he was the architect of our run game. Tom Cable, welcome to the show. Welcome to the Get Got Pod.
Better known as Uncle Fester. And if they could get a close-up on my guy right now,
as long as
you
I
will
get
see
to be
why.
your uncle, I'm okay with that. So I'm good. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you. Good to be here.
Thank you.
Uncle Fester in the building.
So, in all honesty, Tom, this has been a long time coming for us to kind of get together and talk, man. The minute we started this pod, one of the first guests, B Small, was like, bro, we got to get Tom on. We got to get Tom on. We got to talk the run game. We got to talk what's going on with old linemen in the National Football League right now. We got to talk development. We got to talk all of that. But first of all, before we get into, your craft, man, what you doing now, man? What's been going on? I haven't seen you, in the news and around. What's been going on? What's going on in the life of Tom K?
I was blessed to kind of step away before I got too old, got too sick, got all those things. Mm-hmm. Sometimes not by choice and sometimes by choice. And so I got a place in Idaho where I can fish and hunt from, July. Just got home 2 days ago.
What do you mean you?
Yeah.
You mean we?
We.
Yeah.
Well, Mama's been here going to school. In fact, I got to give a shout out to Carol. She just graduated with 2 degrees.
Oh, wow.
At 62. Awesome, yeah.
Shout out to Carol.
And Mr. Berkeley.
Yeah.
She graduated summa cum laude.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm
what is that, like some sick or something?
No, it's not.
No. That means you're number one in your class.
Oh.
You are the
number one draft pick.
Yeah, you
I
are
got
the
you.
pick.
All right.
And it's great. She did it with American Sign Language. She's going to volunteer. She's got a counseling degree. Her impact on others, particularly with assisted living and the elderly and all that. That's what she wants to do. And so it's pretty cool, and I'm really, really proud of her. She's obviously been a rock for me, but this accomplishment, at this stage in life is really profound. So it's pretty cool.
So how many homes y'all got?
Just 2.
That's it?
Yeah, we got one here.
No. For the elderly assistant.
No.
Not yet?
We're done with that.
Okay.
We're done with that. We had a hospice company, which Carol started and ran from scratch, and she sold it to 125 patients.
Well, I thought you were about to say 125 million. Hey, bro, my bad.
You just spit all on my iPad, bro.
I apologize.
Hey,
Can I get
dog,
man,
what the hell is going on,
man? I jumped the gun.
You did.
Goddamn business.
See, you can't pop the clutch no more.
Yeah, man, you gotta pop the clutch at 3 technique right there.
You just
baby.
run and hit it like a
It's
blind
a 3
man
technique
now.
right
Good God. Well,
It's
I'd
all
be
good,
cussing
man. Don't
your
worry
ass
about
out.
it. It's
It'd
all
be
good.
unbelievable.
It's all good.
Oh man, they said some things don't change, man. I guess I'm one of them.
Mm-hmm.
God damn.
So we did that. That was an adventure, and when medical care and treatment, all that stuff changes. That was time, and so we kind of took the next move was to get back to Vegas, build a home. We'd had a home here. Our oldest boy Ryan lives here, and grandson Asher and Ryan's wife, and so this is going to be home. It'll always be home for us. But the last few years have been really interesting to like walk away from football, and then the youngest boy Zach's coaching at the Bears. Mm-hmm. And
Zach is not with the Bears.
He
Bears.
is. Yep. And,
Shout out
and
Zach,
so he is. I went there for training camp this year, and I hadn't done that. The first year.
Yeah. You get the bug.
That's what I was about to
the
say.
bug?
Did you get the
I'm watching
bug?
those guys teach, and they're on the grass, and I'm watching the scheme, and I'm like, okay, that ain't fitting right. No,
Nope.
that ain't gonna happen. No, you got to slow that runner down. Oh, wait a minute. And then I think you and I might have been texting about then. I said something to you about number one quality, and you said patience. And I was like, yeah, thank God. Not everybody lost their mind here.
Damn, how is your memory? So, could you speak in fluent?
Well, you know what?
lose it, bro.
It's been my life for 32 years, right? It's all I ever wanted to do, right? I'm a little boy. I wanted to coach. And then I wanted to coach football. And then I wanted to do something that most people couldn't do. And that was honestly not some, and I can say this, I hope, some coach cliche. I wanted to make others really good at whatever they were trying to be. And so when you have a system, a real system, and you care about developing people as men and as players, when those two things, when they connect, it's cool.
This is about to be the best one yet.
And it's been, I mean, you know me, you guys know me. I don't care about the nonsense. I don't like fake. I don't like guys who say one thing and do another, guys who talk out both sides of their mouth. Sometimes I've been accused of being too harsh or too whatever. Okay. That's okay. But the truth is the truth. And we all live by the truth.
Absolutely.
So
that's why we
this,
connect.
right? So this is one thing though, right? And what I see is, because I think you would have been successful at any coaching any position, right? But when you say it's not about, you took the most, how can I say this? The most non-publicized job in the game of football. The offensive line, they get no credit and are the engine that drives ship, train, boat, whatever you want to look at it. The most non-glorified position on the field, and that's where you put your focus. And I've been able to witness you turn boys into men, and then men who thought they were men into real men.
Yeah. That's the bottom line right there. That's the trick, right? I mean, Mike asked me what I've been doing. I've been spending the last 10 months writing a book called The 4 Seasons. And it's specific to a year in the life of a line coach. And I never thought about these guys who have fancy sayings or they have this cliche or this
Pete?
Whatever.
Oh, my bad.
I always thought it was important to break the year down, right? Because we all know the purpose of process. And there is a real purpose behind that. And whether you always agree in it or it applies to you or not, it's real. And collectively, right, when you're trying to build a team, that matters. And so I talked about what it is, what do you do from February to April? You evaluate and you set a course for how do we get better? And you got to be harsh. You got to evaluate yourself first. Am I teaching it right? Is it the right plan? Is it the right system? Am I holding on to bad ideas? Should I just let them go, right? Because that's the real truth. And then what do I think of my guys? Do we get better at right tackle? Do we get better at left guard? Is the center ready? Do we have to start thinking forward about the next guy? Do we need to start thinking about the next runner? You two guys, your whole careers were nothing but car crashes, right? People never understood that. We have this 18-inch space here between he and I, called the neutral zone, and everybody's like, oh God, they're going to back. No, it's hard to create force and energy in 18 inches. You guys had to run at people 5 yards or more and then have contact. And sometimes you don't see the contact coming.
Nope.
Right? And so to think about all those things, like how it develops, how you develop those people, it starts with the certain kind of people. So that's the first season. And the second season is development of relationships.
I've been missing this.
Right?
I've been missing this. Well, not really.
To his point, like when you take young players and you talk to them, and you guys have all been involved in that, you've mentored so many guys, and you continue to do so. How do you reach them with truth? Well, you don't them, right? Everybody likes to say, "Well, I'm a grown man." Okay, then act like it. You want respect? You earn respect. Don't give me respect. Let me earn it. Let's start with that thought, right? Everybody wants everything to be easy or free or whatever that is, instead of, why don't we just jump in and see where we can take this?
Hold up, and I don't mean to cut you off, but you hit something that I think is important that I don't think we get past. You finished coaching a few years ago, and we always talk about the young athlete changing. how has that person changed?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I've always come from the school of thought, the elite always want to be coached though.
100%.
I don't care what generation they come from, the elite want to be the best, and they rely on somebody like yourself to get them over the edge.
Yeah.
And I learned that from him too, like to see you guys' relationship, because again, I experienced it. You guys were kind of going through it, but I experienced it. To see him listen to you, where the head coach couldn't get him to focus like that. Sometimes.
What are you saying, though?
Just hear me out, man. I'm showing love, bro. I'm showing love, bro.
You a bad
But
man.
you always told him the real. You always told me the real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The question is, do you think the young person has changed? And have you had to adjust, not the message, but how you delivered the message to the younger athlete, the more modern athlete?
Yeah, I think I think that's what's kind of got me inspired, because people started calling me here the last few months and like, are you really done, or is this something you want to do again? And like I said, going to training camp with Zach, it kind of started to put fuel to the fire a little bit, you know, and I love teaching the system that I know and how you dress it up, because I've got to do that. I've got to play around with it for 2 years, and how would I add this and this motion, this shift, and still get that same production, right? Mm-hmm. And then it comes back to your point. Really good players, the best of the best, the dogs, the real hard-ass dudes that you ain't got to beg them to go hunt. Mm-hmm. You just got to throw a bird in front of them, right? Mm-hmm. Those guys, they want to be coached. They want to be coached. What has changed about them is sometimes you almost have to do it in a contractual way, if this makes sense. Mm. I want to take you where you want to go. It won't be easy, right? Mm-hmm. One of the third season is adaptation in what I'm writing right now. You guys remember what adaptation looks Absolutely. Like. It's when you adapt to I'm comfortable being uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. That was always our secret.
That was.
See, we would go where others didn't want to go. We were okay to suffer.
Where they were
That's
right.
to go. Yeah. That's right. And so it was hard getting there, right? All the individuals, those linemen used to cuss at me and this and that and all that. But then once they got to playing the game, and the game was real slow, and they became dominant, and they could like get after you and like kind of take your spirit away, one man to the other, because that's hard to do. But at the highest level.
It's the best part.
And then you got this monster running behind him, and then you're blocking in front of him. And it's like you keep stacking up chips and you just can't overcome that. So I don't think any of that's changed. I think, there ain't very many coaches that really have a system and a true philosophy of that. True. That's right? True. And I think everybody wants the fast car. Everybody wants the shiny look. They want the pretty girl. Well, what if the pretty girl don't know how to be a good girl? What if the shiny car don't run right? Right? Well, then that's a recipe for failure. And so for a lot of what I see when I turn the TV on, it's like bad football. It's just the truth. Guys don't block. They lean, right? They catch. The runner can't get anywhere. The line of scrimmage is dirty. He can't even get his third step, take the ball and read something, because it's all up in his face mask. Right. Like, where do I go with this? And so now we gotta, make it this way and do that and all that. And hell, you guys know what buck and stag and elk and all things. Yeah, we were doing that. We were doing it already before anybody. I did it with Michael Vick in Atlanta, right? The first quarterback to ever run for 1,000 yards. Mm-hmm. It was a little zone read scheme. It's like, come on now. And when you look at stuff like that, where I think it's changed, Mike, is I think if you sit down with a player, say we're going to sit down with Marshawn, and he's going to be the runner. And we know where he's at and what his elite is and all that. And we know his ability to take others around him to another level. But he might be hard-headed about certain things. He may not want to be coached and say, wait a minute now, I thought you said that you want to be the best running back in the National Football League. You want to have a shot to win rushing crowns, maybe someday be considered for a gold jacket. I don't know what his goals are, but let's just throw that out there. I think what you have to do now is you say, Marshawn, look, I want to make a deal with you. I want to write a contract with you. I want your permission to allow me to coach you as hard as I think I need to take you where you want to go. And I think when you take athletes to that point right now, and they're like, wait a minute, you want to be in this with me? Yeah, no, that's what I'm asking you. And you simply, I don't care if it's on a bubblegum wrapper, a napkin from McDonald's or wherever, write it down. I give Coach permission, da, 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 da. No matter how hard it is, how challenging it is, that together we're going to go where my dreams are meant to be. And have him sign it. And so that when he wants to bellyache, it's like, man, this is harsh. This is this. Whoa. Wait a minute now. You know what men do? Men agree and they put their name on something. It's real. Why can't we do that right now? Right? I think you can. I think it's very doable. I think that the elite athlete wants to be exactly what he's always been. And that is, look, I believe in myself. I know I'm good. I don't know how to get to that next level. Some people might do it naturally. Yeah. Right? And no matter how natural a guy like he was, there were still pieces in his life that affected him the right way. Both good and bad. Sometimes negative effect is good for you. You know, you get your ass kicked once in a while. That's okay. Right? Make some mistakes. That's okay.
A lot of ass kicks.
But I think that's where it's at. I don't think the good ones have changed. I don't. I mean, I watch film. I turn on film all the time and I'll look at stuff. Guys will see me say, hey, man, I'm really struggling with this third down problem. It's odd double mug and they're bringing that guy and bluffing that. And I'm like, okay, so what? Declare one. Assess the slot. Go play. Well, how do you teach that? And you're coaching the line in the NFL. It's like, so some of those things, they have come out. Oh boy, they have come out, and you look at it, and it's like, man, I'm live. What's happened here, right? We've lost that ability to sit down and have detail that way. We really have.
I watched you take unmotivated, and these my guys. These my guys. That's why I feel comfortable saying it. I watch you take unmotivated. I do gotta say that because they probably Carp in a different place now, so he might not. But I watch you take unmotivated, sloppy, nasty, dirty, filthy, just and I watch you turn that man into a man. Yeah. And I say that not because of what he did on the field, but when he was done, where he went and pursued in his life after he was done. And I believe that was a testament to what you instilled in him when he was unmotivated.
Yeah.
I don't think nobody could have gotten that guy to be motivated.
You know what was interesting is he was really motivated.
He was?
Yeah, but he was guided
That's about Carp, right?
Yeah.
James Carp.
But he was guided by fear. And so I think one of the things that and you guys will see this, you'll see this in your career, especially. And then as you start building your movie career and your all that.
He wanted them. Yeah.
Man, here you go.
Yeah,
man. I think I need a drink, man.
You better have one. But you'll see it when the new guy walks in and you kind of, we all kind of look at new guys like, okay, who's this dude or who's this gal or whatever it is. And you look at him, you're like, oh, no, he won't look me in the eye. He's afraid. He's nervous to be here. He's got anxiety, right? That's normal. That's a normal human behavior. The thing about Carp was burdened with that. Like his was excessive.
It got in his way.
Right?
Yeah.
When you came in the league, whether you want to admit it or not, even when he came in the league, there were some fears in there. There were some doubts in certain areas. Not even going to let nobody know that. Even going to share that with nobody. That's his to bear, right? But we all have them. When we speak in truth, that's the truth about man. We all have them. So how do we overcome them? How do we deal with them? Who can teach us how to handle that? So Carp was really motivated because Carp didn't want to fail. He didn't want to let you down. He didn't want to let you down. He didn't want to let me down. He didn't want to let any of those guys down. So remember that. As long as that factor is there, he was going to go with us. But could we get him to go our way? Yeah. Okay, now that's to your point. And so once you start to chip away that fear and, allow him to just kind of become a dude, put that Seahawk helmet on, put your jersey on like everybody else does, get your big ass out there, get taped, and we're going to bust ass today. And if you throw up on yourself, too bad. Let's keep going. Yeah. Right? Yeah. And once you push him to do that, and here's a guy who's a hell of a player at Alabama. He comes from a good program now. They didn't let you off easy there. And then he takes a jump to the NFL, which we all know ain't like playing in the SEC or anybody else. No disrespect, though. It's a great conference, probably the best in college football. But the NFL is the NFL. It is the elite. Yeah. And so if you put your hand on the ground on the line of scrimmage, if if you can't do it the man way, if you can't grind, if you can't play hurt, if you can't suffer, and if you're not comfortable doing all those things, you can't play.
Was that why the message was to take people to
place where they don't want to go?
It's funny you say that, Tom, because I forget what game it was. I think Carp may have false started or something. And man, Beast probably said something, messing with him or whatever. And I'm like, I'm tired. I think we might have been in 4 minutes. I'm like, Carp, thanks. Because I needed a little bit of a break or whatever. And Max, thought we was getting at him. And Max like, yo, I got him.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's my guy.
Yep.
Hell yeah, he did.
And I had a whole different respect for Max after that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We talked after the game. He's like, no, whatever. My question is, bro, you dealing, like we're in the backfield, it's a lot more individualized at times.
Yeah.
You're dealing with a group of men who 5 different personalities. A lot of these guys have been big their whole life. You know how society is.
Sure.
Sometimes they're the biggest person in the room. Sometimes they got to deal with that anxiety. They got to deal with those feelings and emotions. How do you manage it? Because you still got to coach them.
Yeah.
And you don't want to make a guy feel a certain way in front of the group or whatever. How do you manage that dynamic when you do got to coach a guy hard, but maybe he ain't the personality that can take it in front of the group like that?
I think they all can. And here's why I say that. I
really?
think from day one, if you walk into a room and you say there's 2 rules. No, you want to treat each other like men, talk to each other like men. If you got a problem with me, tell me you got a problem. But don't be a punk. Don't be a and run around and say, I'm gonna get a sandwich. Man, I thought Coach did that today.
Yeah.
It's like, no, don't do that. If you have a problem, say you have a problem. It's okay. If you disagree, it's okay. I respect people who can do that because that tells me they care enough that they got something they want to get off their chest. All right, let's unpeel that onion, if you will. Let's chop it up. However you want to say it, and let's get it out there. The second thing is you will work hard or I will not have you. Okay? If I took a coaching job today or tomorrow, I would say, hey, do you know these guys? Sweezy, Okung, Unger, right? Breno Giacomini. Do you any of you know? Yeah, I know these 2 guys. Are their agents same as mine? I said, listen to me. I want you to call them. I want you to ask them about what you're about to go through. Okay, because it's not for everybody. And even like I remember when I'm in Atlanta, I get Wayne Gandy, who at that point had done it like 13 years or something, right? And he's like, I heard this is harsh, they're real deep voice and everything. And I was actually at his house, and I said, it is. I said, but let me tell you how this works. I said, there's a style of play, and once we get to that, then I'm all good. So I'm going to ask you just to come into that. And he was the new guy, because we'd lost a left tackle to injury. And it was right before the season. So we got him like, boom. And he came right in. He walked in. He had this stack of like spiral notebooks, like 2 feet high. And I'm like, what is that? He goes, that's my career. I said, tell me. He said, man, I heard you say it the other day. So I thought it was okay to bring my stuff in, but every day I should be taking notes. Every day I should work my trade. Doesn't matter how long I played. Doesn't matter how many Pro Bowls I've been to. Doesn't matter. I got to either get better or I got to get gone. And I was just like, this dude's a dream come true. Right? And he's an older veteran guy.
Yeah.
So to answer that, it's like you want guys who are okay with that. You see, the more we ignore that, the more we get away from that, the more football looks a little bit like what it looks like sometimes right now. Or to your earlier point, guys say, well, I don't want to do that. I don't practice today. I don't think I'm going to play in that system, or all this nonsense that goes on. It's like, here's what I know. I don't know about the rest of the people in this room, but I know 3 men who have a Super Bowl ring.
Yeah.
You know what that makes us? We are blessed. We're historical. That'll never be taken away from us. You could argue, oh, we should have had back-to-back and all that. But here's what I do know, okay? Because that didn't happen. We got one. And no one can ever take that from us. And all these kids that you see coming out today, they like it. They like this, what do they call it, NIL thing, getting paid in college now and all that. I mean, hell, I can't believe the Cal Bears ain't winning every game. With your bankroll, you got to get
Oh, you one of the big donors?
Oh, yeah.
You one of the big donors?
Hey,
okay.
Same as Penn State.
baby.
It's the same as Penn State. And you know what Idaho did?
Well, yeah.
They went
They
10-3
got some
this year. That's right. They went to the quarterfinals that freaking
Really?
won AA playoffs. That's right. Go
Congratulations.
Vandals.
Okay.
Let me just get that straight. The point is,
Are you talking about the Vandals?
you damn right.
Why are you talking about the Vandals?
Because I started out talking about the Cal Bears. Okay. And
How
the
did
point
we get
is,
to the Vandals?
the point is, we're talking NIL. We got NIL at Idaho too, buddy. Okay?
They do?
That's right. It ain't near as much as it is where
but
you
they
come
paying
from, but
people
you know. So the point
Well,
is,
shout out to them because you know my cousin played over there.
we're getting kids, you know, who are their mindset and how they're treated at that age is far different than anyone my age, and certainly anyone even your age, right? That whole transition in the last handful of years of college football has changed how we think. It's changed the parents' perception, right?
Yeah.
You go into a home now to recruit, they're not going to ask you about education, about relationships, about how's my son going to eat,
It's
where's he gonna sleep.
negotiation.
They're going to
It's
say,
negotiating.
what kind of deal you got for my son?
How much?
How much? Well, it's this amount. Well, you know what? That ain't going to cut it because we got an agent, and the agent's already got 3 offers more than that. So either you got to come up, or really, why are you here? I mean, that's real, but that's not building men. That's not building character. That's not guys who are going to stand and create something great when they're done with football. And part of that whole thing that you brought up, when I was coaching, I wouldn't care about what you're going to do after football. The last chapter in the book is, who are you without? Well, who are you without broadcasting? Who are you without football? Who are you without me hunting, fishing, you know, whatever it is? Who are you without? If you're a military man, who are you without the military, right? Military and football are really, really, really common lines, if you will. They train and then they get rid of them. They train you guys and they get rid of you. It's the same. But what do I do next? Well, what have you learned along the way? Did you set yourself up for the future? Right? Did you get yourself in position where you would have something to go to?
Yeah.
That was always important to me. Like, what are you going to do? You know, you guys played with Russell Okung. We used to have discussions. Hey, Tom, I'm thinking about doing this NFL university thing. And I said, good. What do you want to do? Well, I'm thinking about commercial real estate. Good. So you're good with that, because I said, why wouldn't I be? It's not going to affect your training. You're going to get up, you're going to go train, lift in the morning, you're going to go to the classes, and you're going to go run and do your drill work and everything in the afternoon. I said, here's what you're doing. You're going to be ready to play when it's time to play, and then you're building a future for you and your family. How's that wrong? Right? And so I think when you support that all the time, like, and that was truthful. I meant that. You get yourself ready for life after football, right? Because here's life. Here's football life. We got a lot of living to do.
But Tom, that's almost a radical thought to, you know, not in this room, but in a sport where, you know, you get a lot of coaches who want you to be in the building all day. This is all you do.
This is you.
This is you.
This is you.
Whatever. I remember, and you know, I love Pete for getting me to Seattle. We got a Super Bowl together. But even Pete, when I was doing Real Rob Report, he would always come to me like, "Bro, you sure this ain't taking up too much of your time or whatever?" And I'm like, "Well, yeah, it's not. I got other interests. There's other stuff I like to do." How do you empower a young person who a lot of them, this was the dream. Football was the dream. How do you empower them to do something else?
I think,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
I think the way you just said that to me, that was like music to my ears, right? So when you're preparing for the season, that's why I think there should be 4 seasons. There's a season of this, a season of relationship, a season of adaptation, getting your ass ready to go, training camp, all, and then a season of competition.
yeah.
Okay? When you're in that preparation mode, there's time to live. Living to me is this. It's not 24/7 football, right? It's learning what is best for me, Mike Robinson, to be the best fullback I can be, right? Or from put in the coach's lap now. Tom Cable to be the best line coach I can be. What do I need to be doing every day? What does my routine look like so that I can be at my best? Okay. Is that 3 hours a day? Maybe it is. Is it 2? Is it 4? Whatever. Whatever it is, great. There's a whole nother piece of the day left, man. So if you're going to work your preparation to be an athlete, X amount of minutes, days, hours, whatever, Why wouldn't you be working your preparation for life, for your children, for your wife, right? For your career, right? You know what I know about pro football that I learned? The blessings that come with it, whether you're a coach or a player, and you can do it long enough, that's the key. Okay, we all know that. You can do it long enough. You can make yourself financially secure, okay? Now you have two choices then. You can take that financial security and decide, you know what? I'm going to make that security even more secure. I'm going to grow it. I got a plan. Or you could say, no, you know what? I'm going to spend it on this, spend it on that, and drive that, and live here, and wear this, and do that. And next thing you know, look at them accounts, you're like, damn, man, where go? Wait a minute. You've been spending instead of living for your future. So back to your point, if I'm going to work my butt off all week, all day, whatever, to do this, prepare to play the game, why can't I give myself 2 or 3 hours a day to prepare for being a finance guy, prepare for being a media guy, to being an entrepreneur?
What's your point?
Right?
A corporate media guy at that. So we just, because I don't think you know. So this is Mike Rob Jar right here. So if he say anything corporate, just put a hand up so we know that, you know what I mean?
I just know how to put on a suit and tie, Tom. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
And get the money that way.
Yeah,
You know
well,
what I mean? I
that's
know
your
how to do that.
preparation.
That's my preparation.
Execute the plan.
Man, you call it
There
what
you
you
go.
go to. Ain't nobody trying to hear. In all my years of playing ball, you know, coaches, they'll do certain things like, you know what I mean, step out of their room to speak on another position. Oh, we got to get better at blah, 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 blah. And this will come from a coach from who's not even coaching that position. I've never heard a coach. I've never heard them coach speak nothing. I don't care how sorry we was. I never heard a coach mention nothing about the offensive line.
No, they won't say that. That was Cave's,
Nothing.
Cave's territory.
Nothing.
Cave's territory.
Nothing. And when you get in there and they actually meet you and see the type of individual that you are, I think they got even more intimidated. And it wasn't about the fact that they knew that you might crack that. It was because you was going to hold every individual accountable to exactly what it was that we were trying to accomplish at that time.
That's always,
And I think that scared them more than them thinking that you might fire on their ass.
that's always been the most precious thing to me, to use a term like that. You know, because when I was blessed to have great high school coaches, great college coaches, I really was. For a kid that grew up in a little town and knew what he wanted to do, but I had great teachers, right? And the one thing they all kind of taught me that all kind of made sense is when you put enough of the right people in that huddle or in that locker room, if they'll give themselves to it, they'll win. They'll win. It ain't gonna be easy. It's hard. And to your point, when you see, like when I got to Seattle, it was like, this is gonna be special. We just need to get a couple pieces up front.
But did you see if they were scared or not?
I don't worry about that.
Yeah, you do.
Nah.
Yeah, you do, man.
I
Cave got you said no.
No.
You asked me, you said.
I mean, okay. So
before that,
if they felt that way, that's on them. That wasn't.
I
my
get
intention.
that. But did you see it though? Like, yeah, I know he's scared of me.
Tom, you ain't got to answer that.
No.
First of all, I didn't see. I don't think in this game anyone is that way. I don't. All right, because I think it's too hard to be that way. I think it's too hard whether you're a player or a coach. Coaches don't sleep, and their health is crummy, right? And then there's two kinds of coaches. There's a truth coach, and then there's a con. And the con is always looking for the next job. Whose butt can I kiss? Who can I talk this, say that? Who can I have all my cliches? Who can I, whatever. I could never stand those guys. And there was guys, whether you agree with them or not, it was about truth. It's like, okay, I don't like that. I'm not sure I agree with all of that, but you know what? I'll respect that. Because that's the truth.
Yeah.
That's his truth. Does it fit for me? Maybe not. But I can see how it works. And I can see, you know what? I might take a piece of that, but I'm not going to take all of it. You know, that's what I see about, you know, players and coaches, because that's all we know. You guys were players, I was coach. That's what we know, and that's where we see it. But when I got to Seattle,
They were scared.
well, remember the thought, right? And this is where I'll love Pete forever, is that he had a vision that when you build a defense, that not one dude on that defense would ever blink, would ever back down. That's the truth.
That's a fact.
Okay. I watched it. I like to
fact.
piss those guys off every day. I liked when your boy Meebane and Red be mad at me.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Because what they didn't understand is I wanted to push them so they would push back harder. Yeah. And when you're as good as they were and they push back harder, what did that do for guys like JR?
Yeah, I love
right?
that.
Brennan was some guy who went to Green Bay as a tight end, made a tackle out of him, played at Louisville, this, that, and the other. And then the next thing you know, he's a freaking monster. He's the beautiful, when you say right tackle, his picture should be right there. Right? It should be. And then you look at Max and you say,
no, Bruno he's a mauler.
Dude,
no, Bruno is
too, bro.
he was the keeper. That's what y'all don't understand.
Who don't know that?
Well,
he was
You know,
most
if
people.
anybody
I'm not
know.
talking to you.
Oh, okay. I'll go say
But the guy, you know, the guy who was the glue, the guy that I could go to him and say, like to your point, hey, Mike, I don't feel your ass today. Something wrong?
Yeah.
Huh? Something wrong? Did we didn't get enough sleep? You know what? You got kicked out last night?
Piss you off, bro.
But I go to Max and say, Max, you think that's good enough today? And you know what I'd do to him? He'd be like, you know, he'd lose his stuff for a minute. And I'm like, well, I mean, if you're okay with it, we'll just finish second. Okay. Like that.
Yeah.
And that's not disrespectful. That's just a challenging way of, this is how I see us. We're playing for second place today. That wasn't the way, when I got to see it, I didn't see it like that. They had just traded for you the year before.
Right.
Okay. I knew a lot about you. Okay. But what I knew was he needs a system that people will put their hat on. They won't say, yeah, we'll do this, but then go do something else. That's what's wrong with football today.
Yep.
And you know this, you're in the game. There are really, when the year starts, there's 32 teams. Only 12 have a chance. There's 20 pretenders. I hate saying that, but it's the truth. Because they don't know that they don't know. Right? And then there's 12. And out of that 12, 4 will emerge. And the traits of those 4 teams, they're so similar. It's frightening. I watch you guys talk about it last year at the end of the year. I'm going to get ready to watch you do it again. You're going to say the same things. It's the details. It's who's the most connected in that, because, you know, they can play defense. They can run the ball. They take it away. They don't turn it over. Don't tell me all that. Oh, they do this with analytics. They do that. You know what? That's for people who need to sit around and play their video games and let the media talk them into it and the fan base so they can make bets and all that. The game is played between the lines. We've known that for our whole lives.
Facts.
It's real. But when you get to that point, it really is real. That's no lie. Okay. But to get to that group of 4, you all lived it. How hard is that? It's hard, man.
Crazy.
It's hard to win a game. It's hard to get to the playoffs. It's hard to get to that Final Four. It's hard to get where there's 2 left. And then to win it, you're historical. It doesn't matter. You're forever. We're all forever. Okay? That doesn't make us immortal or what all that is. It makes it, that's truth. That's what we accomplished. But we did it together. Yeah. And so when I got to Seattle and you see that defense and you see this runner in the backfield and you see a couple pieces, I'm like, Max, why aren't you playing center? Well, when I got here, they did. I said, no, you're going to play center. You go over here. You just do this. Okay. Russell. Okay. Yeah, I remember Russell. It was him or Dwayne Brown. That was the choice, right? Which one's going to be better? To me, it was Russ. And they both had great careers. I take nothing away from both of them. And I looked at it and I was like, okay, now what I got to do is get this guy to grind, because sometimes he drive me crazy because his passive.
Because he was soft as.
Well, because he was a left tackle, you know.
Because he was soft.
He was
soft.
No.
Russell used to want to kill me because I'll tell it. Oh, he was soft. Russell gonna tell you right now.
No. Okung, he was soft.
No.
He was soft.
He won't soft, bro.
Russ, I'm gonna call him. Give me some Bitcoins with your soft ass.
He just ain't the.
That's spend Bitcoins. That's soft.
The one that slap off on you on the first time they see.
Give me my money. Give me my money in cash. And I'm gonna put it in the bed.
He dead as
want to hit
man. Look,
fairy dust.
I done sponge blocked with him before. I done been in the mix with him before.
I didn't say he ain't strong.
He
was
ain't
soft.
no bro. I'm telling you,
he
dog.
get you.
He was soft.
He'd go. No, he'd go.
He just ain't gonna be the first one to
Look,
slap you.
he was soft.
But he'll slap you.
Look, I'm gonna tell you like this because this is the thing. I didn't just play with Russell. You know what I mean? What I'm saying? I go out with Russell. I party with Russell. I eat with Russell. I drink with Russell.
That's too obvious. You're at one end of the spectrum. He's at the other. That ain't fair.
Get with my brother. This is my brother.
Can't live.
I call him for it,
bro.
Russ.
No.
I need you to. I'm feeling in a certain type of way. Give me some insight. This is what I'm saying.
So you're talking about a man with spiritual greatness.
He changed.
That's what he is.
He changed.
Yeah, he is.
And you're talking about a guy who was always that way. And to
Yes,
Mike's
he was.
point,
He was soft.
you were the ringleader because you had the ball in your hand, so you're going to initiate everything.
Thank you.
Okay.
bro.
Well,
Then you had all these dudes coming, and they would be on your right hip, your left hip, the left elbow, wherever. They're with you.
they hit
And
me in
then
my
Russ
head.
would be a step behind, saying, "If they mess with any of them, I'm gonna get them."
I'm telling you,
And
bro.
you didn't realize
cute.
that.
That was cute.
No,
That was cute. You
That's
protecting
how-
your
that's
guys.
how Okung
I get it.
was,
You
bro.
protecting
I'm
your
telling you,
guys. We was in the training room. Russ was getting taped. He was getting all these spacers in his toes.
Gotta get his
feet look like goddamn, I don't know, sign language. Getting spacers and toe covers and bumpers on his bunion, on his corn, on a pad on his arch and a thing on his heel and something on the sides of it. And I was like, you the left tackle. You the bread. You the chicken. You the what are you doing getting on? And he like, Marshawn, I'm not here for that today. And I'm like, oh, you cussing? Oh, you cussing? Well, get your big ass, soft ass up off that. Now, David Strickland was taping his ankles. When he said it and I told him, you cussing, he looked at me and was like, hey, Marshawn, I think you better. He gave me that look. And I'm like, you soft as doctor's cow. You soft as Charmin tissue. And before I could get the whole word of tissue off, because he athletic as bruh, the tables is up. You got your feet like this. That big was in the air like this over me. And I'm looking like, oh.
You caught him on the wrong day, bro.
Boy, I got
He was ready.
slid up under it. And this chased me around the whole training room trying to kill me. I ain't soft. You keep saying that, I'm going to beat you. And I'm just running. You know I'm laughing my ass off. You soft mother. We get out to practice. Offensive line, defensive line, they have a fight. I said, oh, what did I do? I done woke up this big African Zulu warrior. Oh, he finna go in. Oh my God. And he's strong as hell. And when you get an individual who is, well, I was just talking about these volcanoes, they be door bending, where they not blowing up. Or he blows up. Offensive line, defensive line, they fought they ass off that day. I'm talking about defensive line, they jump, squeeze.
Oh, God.
I'm gonna hunt that out. They jump, squeeze, bro. They jump, squeezy, bro. Caves, bad part. We go after the practice. You know, it was a certain group of individuals that would go. By the way, defense. They love you, dog. Nah, we go in Mo Kelly office and we talking, and they like, hey, 2-4. You gonna have to tell your boy something. Because we trying to get to Sunday.
Oh, the caves. Chill out.
They want the offensive line to chill. But I'm knowing, because I know Cabes, he lighting the rocket under their ass. And I'm in there and I'm like, damn, bro, like, I'm like, man, I don't control all that, fella, Hey, 2-4, I'm telling you, we trying to make it to Sunday. get your dogs, bruh. And I'm like, bruh, I ain't got, you know what, man? I'm gonna go holler at my and see what's up, man. You feel me? And who would I go to? I would either go to Max or I would go to Bruno. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I gotta figure out like, hey, cause you know Bruno thrived off of that. Bruno thrived off of that.
The chaos.
Max understood until he had the ball in his hand and he pointing out the mic back.
Yeah, Max wanted to get the worst.
Then it was done. How much? You know what I mean? I don't know. But my relationship with the defense was so good that I could explain to them what they were being taught, programmed, and how their mentality and their mindset was. And I would just come out to practice like, hey, man, hey, you know what, man? Hey, at all times, bro, you just, you know what? You just got to protect yourself. And that was my way of trying to manage but boy, for whatever reason, Squeezy,
it ain't easy.
Everybody else was off limits.
Yeah.
But Squeezy, that
JR.
Oh, hell no. We go. And I think that's because he came from their side of the ball.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
So you know Squeezy, but he Squeezy adapted the mindset of what a timetable, if you had to draw out and write step 1, 2, 3, down to whatever, how many steps you got into what it is to be that guy on that offensive line, that's exactly what the blueprint, exactly for what it is for.
I got these last two for you. I know we had you here for an hour, man. I don't want to take up too much of your time.
No. We want to take all his time.
Why you want to take all this time?
Because it's K. You can't put a time limit on this.
Well, it
man.
ain't a time limit, but I mean, man, you know.
He got a time limit.
Now, money ain't gonna want to talk about it, but so I gotta ask. You know what I'm saying? Money, let him answer. Okay. We believe that, and Money that's told this story publicly. He believes that you win this second Super Bowl.
Yeah.
You probably win another one.
Yeah.
Just out of that roster.
Yeah, that was the best team.
The second team. I believe it. I was actually doing a halftime show, so I knew that was the best team. Yeah. My question is, we all know what should have happened at the end of that game. But from a coach's standpoint, could you describe
who made call? You making this drawn out all long. Because I'm gonna tell you, Pete told me Bevel made it. Bevel told me Pete made it.
Well, and Bevel had told me before, like there was some history to that call. Like they were looking at that situation that had happened over the last 2 years, and they wanted to make sure that they handled it the right way.
Well, you know, my perspective is going to be from an O-line coach's thought.
All good.
Okay, and
I should have scored the play before.
There's so much that went into that moment that where it got screwed up. And I say that's on coaches, first and foremost, because you guys are out there, you're grinding, the intensity of the moment, the electricity of the moment, if you will. What's at stake? We're not thinking about that. We're thinking about the moment, right? And when all of a sudden you create doubt or let doubt in as a coach, or you blink, or you think you see something, it's like I always used to tell linemen, don't see ghosts. See what you see.
Don't
Trust
chase
it.
ghosts.
See what you see.
Okay.
Don't chase.
And so if you remember that whole thing, right? We throw the ball down there.
The big catch.
Yep. The big catch. And Jermaine catches it. And then we're in 21 personnel and we're in base and we call 19 boss. And it's like, boom, he trips over Russell's foot.
That's why I should have scored the play before.
And the thing is, you know, it's first and goal on the 6, right? And so you come up in there and you can see the backside get cut down and then the front door is getting pushed and he's up in it and you're like, where's it at? And then it's like, we're just short. Okay. And then we had the term, you guys remember ditto.
Ditto. Yep.
Same call.
Yep.
Same play, same call.
Yep.
I don't care who knows it's coming. The whole stadium, the good Lord himself, the other team, didn't matter to me. That's the line coach's mentality, right? Take all those guys out and just hand him the ball. He'll score anyway. That's my mentality. That's why we connected, right? I know he didn't need a lot. What he needed was what was right. Mm-hmm. And that's what I always tried to give him and that team. So in that moment, I remember, because Cam's standing right next to me, and I'm on the headset, and I'm just like, ditto, ditto, ditto. And then someone said they're going to goal line. And I said, doesn't matter. Yeah. It didn't matter.
He's going to score.
It doesn't matter. We're going to scrape him off. You're going to lead. You're going to find the first helmet, and guys are going to finish, and then he's going to find a way. And that's just the truth, right? And so if you live in truth, then you do what you believe in, you do what got you there, and you're okay with living if it fails. Mm-hmm. But in my mind, as a line coach, it's not going to fail. We never did. We didn't. We never failed each other. We didn't. Mm-hmm. And timeout gets called. Now we're going to get in a different thing, and we're going to outsmart them. And it's like that old saying, we pride ourselves on don't make things up. And we did. And that's the truth. And
that's literally the first thing that was said to me when I walked in the building. Don't make things up.
Yeah. And so for all of us, right, when you are on the doorstep of greatness, just do you. Do what got you to the doorstep. You don't have to change. You don't have to put on a different hat, different cape. You don't have to say something different. You don't have to talk louder. Yeah. You don't have to talk softer. Just do you. If we could get today's player to just do that, right? Mm-hmm. If we could get more teams to just do that, not be fake, not be phony, be real. Don't make it 20 pretenders and 12 guys with a chance every year. How about making it all these organizations? Yeah, man. Mm-hmm. We have worked our tails off as ambassadors in the game, as players and coaches, to create equality in this league. Everybody gets to draft the same guys. If your record stunk last year, you get to draft first. Mm-hmm. Okay, well then you should get better. But they don't. Why? It's the same nonsense, the same organizational nonsense. What you want to do is stop trying to please everybody and go for what it is. It's called a Lombardi. It's silver. It's got a beautiful thing on it. It's a hell of a deal, right? Beautiful. And you get a big ring. Yeah. They'll never take that away from me. And I got one, but it's pretty cool. Too. Yeah. It's awesome. Yeah. And that's ours. But back to that point, when you go and be something you're not, if you don't just stay where you're supposed to be in that moment and do it, run it again, ditto, get on the ball, run it again, call timeout then if you want to, just go get it. But give us a chance at 1 foot. Give us a chance, right? That's my feeling. That's the line coach's feeling. Yeah. To be involved and to place blame and all that, that's what everybody wants to do. I say it's because we did what we said we would never do. We made something up. We didn't need to. Mm-hmm. And that's the truth. And there ain't no way around it. It's always, it'll bother all of us, to the end. Because as you get older and you live more and you see more, there's a perspective that we'll never lose. We were in that moment. I remember walking into the locker room and I didn't want anybody to see me cry, but I was crying the whole way. And then I see and hear those emotions and that gut-wrenching sound in that locker room, it affected me forever. It always will. Because it didn't need to happen, but it did. So what do? We have a choice to make. We either move on, but we damn sure better learn from that. Absolutely. You're damn sure in your career as a media dude, to become the very best at that, don't make it up. Be you. To become the greatest entrepreneur, be you. All that other stuff is just stupid. You know that. You guys, you've known that your whole lives. Yeah. And so you're old enough now, you're wise enough now, you lived enough now to know the difference between truth and BS. And I say this to you, you kind of pull that whole thing together. It's like, that's what I miss about coaching, is to give people truth and to teach them to live and to compete in truth. Because I don't see that all the time now. And it sucks because what we did was pretty cool. And they'll never take that away from us. Could we have accomplished more? Probably. Should we have? Absolutely. We just didn't get the chance. And then it screwed us up. Because I always felt like the 13 team was really cool, and it was. The 14 team was really, really cool, and it was. Think about how we came through during the season to get there again, right? Yeah. But then the 15 team, to me, That was the one that was going to be the statement. And you could see it because, again, I don't have all the answers. I don't ever claim to do that. But I knew what we had on both sides of the line of scrimmage. I knew what Pete was trying to do and what John was trying to do. I knew what we expected of each other in that building, right? We had grown up on offense by then. And so we made sure everybody got to Sunday. Mm-hmm. But to get to Sunday, we needed some ass whooping going on. Whether it was our ass getting whooped or trying to whoop your ass, it didn't matter.
Yeah. When
you do that and you respect that and you understand how that connects you, that's why we all have a ring. And we should have more. That got taken from us, something out of all of our control. And so what do? We just make sure in your career, and for the rest of my career, whatever that is, this book, whatever, don't make that same mistake. Mm. You already know the truth. Don't let nobody con you. Don't let you. And in the moment of truth, when the lights go on, Mike, and you're all of a sudden, you're the main host for the Super Bowl or for whatever the great grand prize is in your business, don't blink. I know you won't. I already know that. But I'm telling you, there'll be a moment when you might. Someone may challenge you, someone in the studio, someone on the way to the work, someone coming out of the parking garage. Hey, Mike Rob, man, you sucked last week. Oh.
This happens every day right here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you stink. Yeah.
Yeah. And so we're trained for that, though. We're okay with that.
Yeah.
Right? People want to say, oh, Tom Kim, he did this or he did that. Here, he's a hard ass or he's hard to get along with. So what I do is I make you the best version of you. I'm really good at that.
Yeah.
And that's what I know about me.
That's a fact.
Man, I know I'm going to get got.
One last one before we got to get his get got story, man. I don't know. You think Tom got one?
Hell yeah.
So it's the Get Got part. Yeah, for real. That's the ultimate Get Got. We all got. It's Get Got pod. I did an interview with Beast Mode years ago. Actually, it was in Philly when I did the interview, and Beast said, I may get got, but I'm gonna get mine more than I get got. Has there ever been a time in your life where you got gotten? You can define getting got any way that you want to define.
Oh, because he gonna do that.
Yeah.
with a philosophy.
Yeah.
And a hypothesis and a conclusion.
A hypothesis.
All that.
And to think that you are a Berkeley graduate.
Yeah.
I said that right.
It loses my mind. So
yeah.
I think, what happened?
You got some cow ties too.
Pretty intelligent. I do have some cow ties.
That's
my point.
Ties too.
I want to know what happened, man. You got the prize in your cereal and you threw it out with the damn milk. Dang.
That was pretty good.
Put that in your pocket.
I know you didn't get that from Snoqualmie.
You know what? Some of the decisions, some of the guys I chose to be around in coaching.
Yeah.
That's the truth. There's some guys that they want to call you brother, but they don't pick up the phone or they don't call you back. Right? Mm-hmm. They're guys who
Dan Quinn.
They're guys you looked out for their children.
Which one is that?
Right?
That ain't
for their children, or your wife helped their wife with something. And the next thing you know,
Dan Quinn.
They talk
what you doing, Dan Quinn? Dan Quinn, what you Dan Quinn.
It's all good. You need some water?
Dan Quinn, yeah. Dan Quinn.
Some of that Quinn water.
I think
you had Dan Quinn. Is there water in there? But I'm gonna stop. Yes. I'm coughing up that I can't understand. That might be some truth. But there's
also been some players where that's happened, where the expectation was, I'm committed to this, yeah, and then didn't perform that way, And I always felt like that. That was always the axe that I had to grind. That's where people would say, "Well, he's hard to deal with sometimes." Yeah, it was because you lied to me. Look, you don't have to like me. You don't even have to like how I do things, or whatever that is. But I know this. Whatever it is, I'm going to give it to you. Yeah. And it's the best I got. It may not be what you want. You may not like it. Okay, fine. I'm good with that, man. I have no issue with that. Mm-hmm. But don't lie to me. And if you're going to be a con, you're going to be a backstabber.
Yeah, Dad, don't be a con and don't be lying. Just be real. And it ain't nobody but Cabes,
When you do that or you say something, just keep your word. It's okay. Mm-hmm. And your word may be, hey, I can't do that, or I don't agree with you, or whatever. I'm good with that. I think that's great. To me, that's when we're really connected. Yeah, that's truth.
Because you're keeping it real with me.
Dan, all you gotta say is, hey, look, Cabes, it's bad over here for you right now. You know what I mean? We gonna do.
Yeah. Okay.
Don't leave me on the hook.
What time, man? you're more than welcome on the Get Got Pod. Whenever you want to hop on, chop it up, talk some O-line stuff. Thanks for coming through the Get Got Pod, man.
Man, I know I'm gonna get got. But I'm gonna get mine more than I get got, though.
2-4 for the one time. I'ma get got, but I bet I get mine. 2-4 to 2-6. And if I get got, then you know what I'ma get.